You know, when you think of the US Open, you're probably picturing incredible serves, unbelievable rallies, and those edge-of-your-seat tiebreaks. But what if I told you the most important game isn't just on the court? What if it's a master class in leadership, and we all have a front row seat? Okay, just to set the stage here, we're talking about Flushing Meadows, New York. And this year, the prize money hit an absolutely staggering $75 million. I mean, the stakes just don't get much higher than that. But here's the thing. For all that cash on the line, the most valuable prize isn't the trophy or the check. It's the practical wisdom, the leadership insights that we can all take back to our own careers.
Yeah, it's a leadership masterclass unfolding with every single serve and volley. So you ready to learn a few secrets from the champs?
First off, let's really explore why this comparison is so incredibly powerful. The tennis court isn't just a place for a game. It's a high-stakes arena. And honestly, it's the ultimate classroom for today's leaders.
I mean, it just makes sense, right? The intense, high-pressure world of pro tennis is a perfect mirror for the challenges managers face every single day. You've got to adapt constantly, you have to be resilient, and you need to build a winning team. It's all right there.
So what are these big lessons? Well, we've broken it down into 5 key championship strokes that any leader can master to win in their own field.
First up, Lesson 1, adaptability under pressure. This is all about being able to pivot to change your game plan when things don't go as expected.
On the court, you have a player like Olga Danilovic. She comes in with a solid game plan, but suddenly the wind picks up or her opponent starts hitting shots she didn't anticipate. She has to adapt on the fly. Now jump to the boardroom. It's the exact same skill. A sudden shift in the market or a client crisis demands a leader who can pivot just as fast to stay ahead. And look, this isn't just a nice idea, it's backed by some serious data. A recent McKinsey report showed that adaptable leaders see a 12% boost in team performance during uncertain times. That's not a small number. Adaptability really does deliver results. Okay, our second lesson builds right on top of that. It's mental resilience. This is the art of keeping your cool when the pressure is absolutely maxed out. Imagine a player like Ben Shelton facing match point against a tennis legend. His ability to just take a breath, slow his heart rate, and focus, that's pure mental resilience. And that's the exact same skill a project manager needs when a big deadline gets missed. You don't panic, you use mindfulness, you rally the team, and you lead with confidence. And believe me, this isn't just a challenge for a few people. It goes all the way to the top. A recent Forbes article revealed that a whopping 71% of CEOs struggle with imposter syndrome. So yeah, mental resilience isn't just a nice-to-have, it's a critical survival tool for any leader today.
So, to put it simply, mental resilience is just that. Your ability to stay focused and effective under stress and to bounce back from any setback even stronger.
Let's move on to lesson number 3. See, it's not enough to just be tough and adaptable. You've got to have a game plan. You need strategic planning. And the parallel here is almost one-to-one. In tennis, preparation means analyzing your opponent's every move. In business, it's studying market trends. On the court, execution is about adjusting your tactics in the moment. In business, it's about making smart, data-driven decisions. But the goal? The goal is always the same: to win. All right, our fourth lesson might seem a little odd at first glance. Teamwork in what we all think of as a solo sport. So how in the world can a one-on-one sport teach us anything about teamwork? Well, it's because no champion ever stands alone. Behind every single top player is an entire team. Coaches breaking down film, trainers keeping them in peak physical shape, and of course, family and mentors providing that crucial emotional support. A great leader's success depends on building that exact same kind of support network. And the impact of that support system, especially coaching, is just huge. A recent study by Horton found that organizations with strong coaching cultures see a 33% lift in performance and a 13% lift in engagement. That's the power of having a great team behind you. And that brings us to our fifth and final core lesson: continuous learning. Because in tennis, just like in business, if you're standing still, you're actually falling behind. Think about the career of any great athlete. As a rookie, it's all about learning the fundamentals. Then, as a veteran, you're refining those advanced skills. But to become a true legend, you have to constantly innovate and adapt just to stay on top. Leadership follows that exact same journey. And you know, what powers that whole journey is something called a growth mindset. It's this core belief that you can always get better,
and that every setback is just an opportunity to learn and grow.
Now, we've covered the 5 big ones, but the Champion's Playbook has a couple of bonus habits that are just too good not to share.
First, there's emotional intelligence. Learning to read an opponent's body language is a lot like sensing when someone on your team is burning out. And second, discipline and consistency. A player's intense training schedule, that's the same thing as a leader's consistent habits that build success over the long haul.
Okay, so we've watched the pros and broken down the masterclass. Now it's time to serve up your own potential. Let's talk about how you can apply these lessons to win your next big match at work. Here it is, your championship game plan, boiled down from everything we've talked about. Number 1, be adaptable. 2, build your resilience. 3, plan strategically. 4, foster teamwork and build that support system. And finally, number 5, never, ever stop learning. The lessons are clear, and they've been proven on one of the most demanding stages in the world. So now, the court is yours. How are you going to play your next match?